And it's gotten a lot colder here, especially down south now finally. I know further up north it gets colder sooner, of course, but it's certainly dropping in temperature lately over the past few days. Looks like it might be a little warmer later on in the week, which is nice, but I also do really love the cold season. It helps make everything feel more Christmassy. And I know I've kind of shown you guys last year some examples of like what our kotatsu or that heated table was like. And there's a lot of products right now in Japan that kind of are trying to get people to stay warm. I think it's part of a big movement that we kind of also saw during the summertime, which is to try to keep people from using so much electricity and keep, conserve energy, and then also the plus side too is you save money if you don't have such a huge heating bill. So there's a lot of alternatives for ways to stay warm. We always have your standard kinds of things like just scarves and hats and such people wear inside. There's a lot of half gloves that just keep your wrists warm and kind of stop right up here and keep your fingers free to do work, which are nice, and especially girls use those a lot. There's lots of different fashion choices if you want to use those to wear to keep your hands warm. They also have lots of different kinds of variations of like a kind of a neck warmer, if you will, that you can then also kind of pull up and put over your head and your ears if you're outside. Inside is about the same temperature as it is outside, so that's pretty cold. Lately in the morning it's been like 3 degrees Celsius in the house, so that's pretty cold. And you want to try to stay warm. Of course, lots of really nice warm socks are available, and everybody wears slippers, of course, to keep their feet warm. Another thing that's really common are the little Hot Pocket packs, and they're called kairo here, and they are come in different sizes, and they last, either 12 hours or 24 hours, depending on the kind and style you get. You can get some that have sticky stuff on the back of them, so you can put them under your feet to keep your toes warm. There's smaller sizes that are specifically designed to keep your toes warm. Then you can also get the ones that have the sticky part, and you can put them anywhere on your body so that you can keep yourself warm throughout the day. And they do stay really warm and do a pretty good job of keeping you warm. It's always a challenge because every school has different rules, but some schools do not allow you to bring those. They do not allow you to bring gloves. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, because the schools are freezing. There's no heating in the schools except for in the teacher's lounge. So it's really, really cold for kids in some of the schools. Some schools, they're cool. They don't care. You can bring it. And a lot of kids still have it, even though the teachers say you can't have them. So, but those are all some pretty common ways to kind of keep warm at the holidays. Or not at the holidays, just at this time of year in the winter in general. I think, there's a lot of these really fancy kind of big blanket kind of blanket kind of things that you can put on to stay warm too. Lots of different choices of things that you can get you pretty bundled up for the kid so you can stay warm. And then if you have to get up and go anywhere, you freeze, because the room you leave is the only room probably that's warm, and every other part of the house is so cold. So, but I know one thing, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit later here. Another really common thing is to get some socks that have separated toes, which I know they do sell in like the States and other countries, I think, and usually the focus is that it's for sports and for people who are looking for some orthopedic kind of specialty for their feet. But those kinds of socks have existed for a really long time in Japan, especially just ones that are more like a mitten style where you have just one crease right by the big toe. Those are worn with kimonos and sandals, of course. And then having ones that have the separated toes, I've been around for quite a while here, and they're pretty common, and they're super cute. I'll show you guys mine later because they have little decorations on each little toe, so it can be a kind of fun and cute way to get some warm feet. So I'm going to show you guys my little silly socks here. I have them on. You can kind of see them here. Yay, wiggly toes. These are just regular socks, and then as you can see, they've got the cute little like snowman and snowflakes and stars alternating on the toes there. Depending on how your toes are shaped, these last ones can get a little flimsy because there's just not enough to fill them out. But for the rest of it, it does fit really good. and it's nice and warm. They are really comfortable, and they really do kind of keep your feet a little warmer because they help the circulation of your toes and stuff. So good things to always think about to keep warm during this time of year. Now, people are always trying to find, you know, unique and cheap ways to kind of come up with ways to stay warm. It's really common to put boiling hot water in a plastic bottle that used to have like Coke in it or something, and then if you slip that into a sock, you can roll your feet over it and it'll keep your feet nice and warm, which is kind of cool. And then you can also see a lot of little hot water bottles, a lot of different variations of that, plastic types, old school kind of rubber kinds of ones too. They have some that are gel packs, and you microwave them to heat them up, and then you stuff them inside pillows that are shaped like Mickey Mouse or other characters. So lots of nice, cute, and fun ways to stay warm. I'd be curious what it's like for you guys and what you do to stay warm. You know, we drink a lot of tea and coffee, of course, to stay warm. Things that have ginger in them from Korea are also really popular here to stay warm during this season. I love coffee, so that's my favorite thing, but the other thing I really like, and once it gets to be wintertime, is to drink umesh, which is a plum kind of alcoholic beverage, and it's usually kind of syrupy, and it's often you either, you know, distill it with some water or soda water, or you can mix boiling hot water with it and have a hot drink, which is so yummy. So